Good evening. President Biden was absolutely right. The state of our union is strong. Under his leadership, the past 2 years have brought historic successes, from investing in our infrastructure, to lowering costs for working people, to reducing the cost of prescription drugs for our senior citizens. The biggest investment in climate action in the history of the world. And President Biden's blue-collar blueprint is delivering results for the American people. Also, this evening, colleagues of mine from the Congressional Black Caucus invited families who have been victims and survivors of police violence to be our guests at the State of the Union tonight. And although we have not passed the George Floyd Justice Act, I want to thank President Biden for not giving up on the issue of justice and police reform. I want to thank President Biden for acknowledging the pain of these families and of our communities, and for his strong commitment to take meaningful action to make our communities safer. A very, very welcome announcement tonight was the president talking about introducing his Safer America plan as we work toward advancing responsible policing and keeping our communities safe. Again, I want to thank President Biden for leaning into the hard work in this country. I want to thank President Biden for choosing to highlight the child tax credit and calling on Congress to continue to make gains on reducing child poverty. You know, the expanded child tax credit helped parents put food on the table. It helped keep them in their homes. It helped them pay their bills. It helped them pay for child care and to buy essentials. The child tax credit was a recognition that raising kids is expensive. And for many families and individuals, the COVID pandemic worsened food and housing insecurities. I just thank President Joe Biden for his continued support in investing in America's children and investing in America, because these children are our future workforce. And part of the historic investment, the bipartisan infrastructure bill and the American Rescue Plan, included funds to remove and replace lead pipes. Lead poisoning is one of the major scourges in our communities. And in Milwaukee, this effort would have taken 70 years without the intervention of this bipartisan infrastructure funds. The president highlighted these efforts, and these efforts are going to be expedited in my community, where lead pipes are surely a scourge and danger to our children. I was so pleased that Deanna Branch, a dear friend of mine from my district, was a guest of the First Lady this evening. Deanna's advocacy for working to build a lead-safe environment and protecting clean drinking water for her children and the entire community is admirable. You know, Deanna's, more than one of her children was afflicted with lead poisoning, and yet she carried her advocacy beyond her children and has really built a coalition that is citywide to bring knowledge and resources and warnings to families about the scourges of lead paint. I just want to thank our president for standing with working people. And I can't wait to see what we can accomplish over the next 2 years as we build on our work. And I look forward to working with President Biden to further invest in America, continuing to lower costs for families, protecting and strengthening Social Security and Medicare, and continuing to lower the deficit. Let's finish the job.